Hey everyone, this is LuckySevenDX. Welcome back to Let's Play Mario and Luigi Dream Team. In the last episode, we learned some new techniques from some guys as we explored the Dream Sand, or the Dozing Sands, looking for the Dream Stone. We learned the ability to shrink Mario and to hit him underground. So Luigi, you've been doing a lot of hammering. He must be puckered out. Let's let him take a nap on this pillow. Also, we may want to save this guy, and it may be necessary for the story. So, that being said, because it's necessary for the story, I expect some new, potentially some new Luiginary works, because anything that's story required generally tends to introduce stuff. And, new enemies, because, once again, Dreamy Dozing Sands, our first time in here, which means Excellent 10 and Dodge 10. In fact, as you'll see very soon, and because there's one other thing I didn't show off, by the way, and we will be getting a bunch of backtracking this episode, like I mentioned last time, but we also have beans in here now, and you can see why backtracking is going to be really important. Mushroom Park, 22 beans to get. Dozing Sands, 32 beans to get. We will not be able to get all of them our first time through each area, because there's areas we can't access yet, but we'll be able to get most of them. So, say 40 beans. That's 40 stat upgrades. Doesn't seem like much, but it adds up, especially with the BP. That could mean a whole extra attack. Which also means we really don't need to upgrade BP anymore. And also, Dreamy Sand Dunes are here, so if you haven't had enough fun of Sand Dunes yet, well, we have the Dreamy version of them. They have two different attacks. First of all, they'll throw these spike balls at us, so I hammer them back. Time also they'll rotate. So go. Oops. Well, that failed. But doesn't matter. That was the first attack to dodge anyway. Basically, time your hammer for when it hits the ground. You generally will hit it back. So just try to guess correctly. If they rotate, all of them will rotate in that direction. So the spike ball will be in a different location. So adjust accordingly. I'm terrible at figuring out the adjustment though. So, oops. I'm going to do a hammer for now, because I actually haven't shown off the Iron Ball effect yet, and it'll happen almost all the time with an AoE attack like this, because some of them will get hit that calculates individually for each one. As you can see, the Iron Balls will occasionally drop down, depending on, based on a probability. You know, it'll sometimes drop down, and you can do additional damage, basically. So it's a nice hammer, because it has an extra effect like that. And it makes it really good for Mario to have AoE like effects like that in the Dream World, because with these swarm battles, you'll have them proc quite often. Anyway, we'll use jumps from now on, though, because I want to spread this out to get as much Excellent 10 and Dodge 10 as possible, because I would like to try to get the Excellent 10 and Dodge 10 in this video, if I can. So just this attack again. You saw the... Whoa, hang on, careful. Let's focus for a second. So yeah, right when it hits the ground, that's when you want to do it. So it looks like it's going to be over there. At least read that one correctly. I'm not too stupid sometimes. Their other attack, as you can see, they'll rush towards you and either shrink down and or grow as they do. So you have to time things accordingly, because when they're up as high as they possibly can be, you cannot jump over them. So you have to adjust your position so that you can jump at them when they're at the smallest location. So for example, right here is actually safe, because that's where they're going to be lowest as they're going down. But sometimes they'll move upwards instead, so you have to go as close as possible so that they will not be too high by the time they get to you, if that makes sense. Anyway. Jump. That was an okay, really? I'm more focused on dodging right now. That's more important to me. I can always get the Excellent 10 by just doing 10 hammers in a row, because I find the hammers to be way easier, so whatever. This is why I don't trust the jump. It's just, like I said, it's double the chance to script the timing, and the timing just feels... It's because the timing varies depending on how tall the enemies are. It can actually vary quite a bit. So it's hard to necessarily time it all the time for me. Once you kill enough sand dunes, by the way, they'll stick only to... I'm just terrible at the timing for whatever. It'll help when I start cutting out battles, because I can focus more, because I have to focus on commentary at the same time, so on and so forth. But they'll do only the attack that involves the hammer, once there's few of them, because there's not going to be enough of them to... I mean, if there was this few and they tried to do the jump attack, they would just, you know... You could just move around them, which sometimes if there's not enough of them in the second wave, you can actually just move to a spot where they're not there and just let them pass you by. Interesting how that works. Anyway, we'll fight more of them along the way, so... As in, we'll fight more right now, so... I've shown off everything important from them. They do... I think they dropped a super mushroom, though, which is kind of cool. So there's that, but I'm going to focus entirely on dodging and getting excellence. So I am going to cut out the rest of these battles. Alright, I think I'm one excellent attack short of getting the reward because I screwed up, I think, a couple here and there. And I'm like 3 dodges away, so almost got it. Should be able to get next battle, that's always handy. Level up, by the way, so we're up to 9. I don't think we're going to be able, I think we've done enough of these, like, stats where we're not going to, yeah, we're not getting, like, 4s on any of these currently. Which means we're going to take a point to do Stash and Speed. Speed for Mario, because it's actually a chance for 5, up to 5 here. And we're at the point where getting Mario, especially with the help of beans, we can get Mario faster than the enemies, which is nice to have, just in case. So okay, I'm going to focus on these 5s. Got it! Okay, I wanted to make sure I got the 5 for that one, because getting extra speed is always good. Now we'll give Luigi Stash. So I'm never going to give Mario... I have a very specific bean policy I'm going to do. I'll explain it later. Once we actually start getting the beans. Actually, probably at the end of this episode when I actually feed the beans. Or I might even split this into 2 episodes. One for actual progress, which is what's happening right now, and one for actual, like, all the side stuff, which is going to happen eventually, so... You'll see, basically. So, oh no, there's so many enemies! Luigi, just use the platform that's slightly to your right! Goodness gracious, but there's so many enemies down there, we cannot handle them for now. So, we will avoid them for now. So, Mario and Luigi, they are relieved to be safe, but unfortunately that way seems to have no way to progress. So, the only way to go looks like it's up. So, so yeah, too many enemies to handle. Abandoned thread. There we go, much better. I mean, I could always just use the warping Luigi to Mario thing, because that is a thing you can do, but whatever. So we head over here, and there's a bunch of coins in the sky that we can't seem to get right now. Interesting. Could this perhaps be the introduction of something new and exciting? I do believe that is possibly the case. In fact, it is the case. We have a new Luiginary work in the background. As you can see, it looks like a constellation of sorts, but he is reacting to something. He's reacting to that strange Luigi face in the stars. I don't even know what the heck is going on here. It's a Luigi. Is it a Luiginary work? Question mark? Indeed it is. So he heads in there, and well, what kind of crazy effects are going to happen here? It's a whole constellation of Luigis. What could it possibly do with the anticipation? It's going to be something exciting and interesting, I'm sure. Oh, something's happening! Oh, he's back. Well, that was anticlimactic. Well, that didn't seem to do anything, did it? Or did it? 2 Luigis, 3 Luigis, a whole bunch of Luigis, and Luigi's having a good time on the bottom screen there. In fact, what this Luigi work does is it all the stars form into new Luigis, and we get multiple Luigis. Now, how Luigi perceives this in his, subconscious state, I have no idea. But there's now multiple Luigis. In fact, this is kind of previewed a bit with our Luiginary attack, the Luiginary ball, because how did all those Luigis spawn? I guess we just kind of get that a little early, but. Basically, welcome to the main Luiginary work of this game. Luigi Noise, summoned by the Luiginary Comet, or whatever it's called. But basically, we spawn a whole bunch of Luigis to help us out, and with our powers united, they form a line. Except it's not just a line, it's a tower. So, we get ourselves a nice giant stack of Luigis to ride on. So whenever we use that comment, we will get a whole bunch of Luigis, and exciting things will happen. I love this Luiginary work. It's just Luigi's everywhere. It's fantastic. So welcome to a brand new Luiginary work. This one's a whole lot of fun. So with that, we now have the ability to run around with a giant stack, create multiple copies, basically, of the Dreamer. Luiginary! It's a very exciting one. I like this Luiginary work, like I said. So we can basically be all powerful with a giant stack of Luigis that can somehow jump in. You gotta feel bad for the Luigis on the bottom, by the way. That cannot be a fun time. That has to be very uncomfortable. So you can head over this way, but there's really nothing over here. So what we're going to actually do is backtrack. And along the way, we can get all these coins in the sky because we're now much taller than we used to be. So if we need to be tall for some reason, summon this Luiginary work because it will help us out. We head over here, though, and uh-oh. We seem to be losing our balance in that sharp step there. If you're not careful, you can easily fall down. You'll get knocked out of the Luiginary work. So it's not invincible. Apparently, steps are its Bane of existence. But basically what it shows is you can lean over if you're on the edge of something, because you do not have the best state of balance. You are a tall, thin thing. That's what she said. So, yeah, just take care. If you ever get too close to an edge of sorts and you start to tilt, you can recover yourself by just using the circle pad to find your center and move back. That being said, that tilting can become handy for certain things, as we will be seeing very soon. So, do keep that in mind. Anyway, get more coins along the way, because coins are wonderful. You can jump and hit the switch because we're so tall, and it knocks that down. All those enemies down there, well, they haven't met the Luiginary stack yet, and they are terrified. In case you're wondering, there's no way to abandon the stack currently, so you can't fight these enemies. You can just murder them mercilessly instead. But once you get to an area where that is too small for us to move forward because we're too tall, we just get rid of the Luiginary work by abandoning it as usual. We press R to switch to make them fall down, and then once they're piled up, you just press B to cancel it, and thus you've canceled the Luiginary work, and we're small enough to fit into those tiny holes. That's also what she said? I don't know. In case you're wondering, by the way, if you head into the work and basically that's what happens, you automatically go on top of there. You can bring it back down or press R to bring it back, so you don't have to abandon them once you make them in a pile. You can just press R again to stack it back up. So that's how that works. We'll go ahead and sign. There we go. Diagonal buttons will require an extended prop to activate, such as something big and or multiple Luigi bodies. So, indeed, if there is a prop that we need to lean on, we will indeed lean on it, although this is not a case of that. This is just another tall button, but we're basically going to learn the basics. I guess I'll call this the Luiginary stack for lack of a better term currently, but we need to find more buttons to press, and like I said, we'll make use of the fact that we can fall over to hit switches diagonally, so Diagon Alley. Oh, Harry Potter. You've ruined the word diagonally forever. Anyway, hit both switches, you'll be able to open this up, and with that, the Nightmare Chunk is over here. Unfortunately, we are too tall to break the Nightmare Chunk, so we will shrink ourselves down, and we're gonna let Luigi break this one instead, because I feel like he deserves it. Because Luigi actually can break them as well. So, cool. This pillow looks a little bit different than before, does it not? It's purple with a turbanish sort of thing. Also, I know we didn't get Excellent 10 or Dodge 10. We'll have plenty of opportunities to go back to the Dream World and do that, so do not fret. We will handle getting the Dodge 10, Excellent 10 soon enough. Next episode, well, actually at this point, I may or may not be ending the episode, well, I'm not going to end it now, obviously, because it hasn't been that long at all. But I will, at some point, I mean, I do want to do the backtracking, but I'm probably going to make a split at some point, so, expect, basically from now on, it's probably mostly backtracking, because now we have this pillow, we can backtrack and get the thing from Dream, and along the way we'll get all the beans and all the holes and all the extra items and whatnot, and coins. Very important to get coins, like I said, because we want more badges, and we want an upgrade to our wear, so, there we go. Anyway, these purple guys, their effect, they'll give us a Dozite every time. These Dozites will be used in these strange statues, and once they're inside the statues, well, basically, come on, cutscene, there we go. Magical staircase! Hey, that guy found magical stairs after all. So magical stairs will form, and we will be able to climb up there. So, the foreshadowing of last episode comes true. So, with that, we can find the other gatekeepers, and basically, we're going to need to find a bunch of gatekeepers to basically climb up those sand flows. Their effect will be to allow us to climb those sand flows. And that'll be the main mechanic of the Dozing Sands once we get into the thick of it. Though, like I said, now that I've taken care of that, it is now officially backtracking time. Hey, you can go home now. You can go home now. Yes, huzzah! Hooray! Hurrah! Amazing! There's an item over here. We'll quickly grab it before we head back. Coins! Coins! 50 more coins. So yeah, as you can see on the bottom screen, there is a star over there that says where we are going to need to go. But we will do that next episode because, like I said, it is time to backtrack. Because we now have the ability to dig. And because we can do that, we can get a whole bunch of beans. Actually, I believe there was a bean we missed back here as well? Question mark? let me double check. I actually am going to be very thorough with the desert in terms of getting all the beans, because it is very easy to bypass and miss one. And I do believe there was a second bean in this area somewhere. So let me double check quickly before I move forward. Yep, it's right here. Okay, so we got that bean. We'll get all the other beans in the Dozing Sands as we go forward, but as we backtrack, we'll go ahead and just grab a bunch of beans. So, if you don't care for extraneous, boring stuff that isn't related to the plot and or battling, well, actually, more battling will happen at some point. I am going to split this into 2 episodes. I might even do the split right now, but, essentially, we will be getting all the beans, backtracking, getting all the beans, all the rewards for now, because backtracking episode is necessary. I do have enough for this virus badge, though, so before that happens, before I do any sort of cuts or anything like that, we're going to go ahead and purchase this now. I'll probably get enough coins to purchase a piece of equipment soon as well. I could probably, is there anything I could sell, by the way, equipment-wise? I do believe I can sell one of... Yeah, I can sell one of these. These are outdated already. I can sell these hammers, because these hammers are unnecessary. Yeah, all these hammers are unnecessary. Okay, so there we go. That'll be a bit of more income for us as well. And nothing else I want to sell. Okay, so there we go. Got a little bit of extra income from selling some equipment, because there's no reason to keep old equipment that I could just rebuy if need be or whatnot. Oh, also I should show off the new badges, should I not? So, badges. It's the virus badge we're looking at. So, with the starter thing, it'll temporarily decrease enemies' power, making them deal less damage. Not bad for hard mode, but we have a barrier anyway, so that's not as much of a concern. This one, however, is really good. We're going to be abusing this a lot, which is why I bought the virus badge. Temporarily decreases enemies' defense, which is huge when in hard mode they have increased defense. So this will actually bring them down a peg and allow us to deal a lot more damage. And this is why I don't care for the strike badge, because ultimately I feel like the virus master badge, which charges very fast, by the way, the virus master badge, overall, you know, you get like, say, like 5 turns of their decreased defense, you'll probably do an extra over 80 damage anyway. So in the end, I think you actually deal more overall damage by using the virus master combination over just a straight 80 damage. I think that we'll see it in once we get to the next boss, we'll see it in battle, and you'll see how it works. And this one removes all status effects from all enemies, so if they have any sort of buff, like a power increase, you can get rid of it. But that's a situational thing. I'm keeping our badges how they are right now. They're still on the guard master badge setup, because you don't change them unless you press A. So they're okay as they are. So there we go. That is all the, that right there, my friends, is the badges we're going to get. I will probably pick up the strike badge before we're done with all of this, just because it's a nice thing to have on hand anyway. But I probably won't use it. It's only 200 coins, though, so I'll probably pick it up because I want to get all the badges anyway. Just want to make sure I'm not missing any beans, because it is so easy to miss beans. There's like a good 28 of them we're going to be able to get for the next, like, before we finish this area. So, going to be very thorough, and you can get a lot of rewards. But at this point, we will be doing nothing but getting rewards, so I might even cut the video right here. So if that's the case, skip the next video because it'll be entirely extraneous stuff. Although, I will be showing off a couple extra, some expert challenges as well while we backtrack. So if you care to see those, or those kind of battles, stick around. But we'll see how I split this, but I'm probably going to split things here-ish. So prepare for basically a lot of backtrack rewards is basically the game plan.